Doing this Rob Burnham, ATF Preacher Man R&B, and this is another episode of Richard Lane Comics. This time I'm doing another episode of comic book reviews. This time I'm reviewing X-Men at the hands of Omega Red. And what happens in this comic, it starts off with Cerebro getting a ping on a mutant pretty close. And as we see in this panel, Cerebro getting the notification on the mutant and this big alarm going off. Well, what happens after that? Forge goes in and tries to figure out what's going on, and he tells Scott that there's a mutant a certain amount of clicks off that is pretty close proximity, and all the X-Men are gathering around to try to figure it out, as we see with Psylocke, Colossus, Forge, and Cyclops. They're all gathering around, getting ready to go figure out what's going on. Come to find out, Wolverine has been captured, and so has Gambit, Beast, and it looks like maybe Boom Boom. I think that's who that is, and Jubilee. And like I said, they got captured, but Wolverine's in the next ambulance that's in front of them and being held up. And what happens after this? Gambit blows up the vehicle that they're in, and then Beast and them's able to get loose, and they try and Road. No, that wasn't Boom Boom. That was Road. My bad. That was Road. She flies and tries to get to the ambulance that has Wolverine, but she winds up getting blasted by the gunman. And after that, the X-Men's jet. I can't remember the name of it. It's been a while. But Cyclops and Colossus jump in and try to save Logan from his captors. But the van winds up blowing up, and Colossus walks out with Wolverine's mask, and they don't know if this is a ploy to catch them off the trail of Wolverine, or this is actually what happened to Wolverine, because they don't know. But it cuts to Wolverine in this winter type area, I'm guessing back up in Canada. And he's having a fight with Omega Red, and throughout the fight, he's having these flashbacks. And the reason he's having these flashbacks is because the people who capture him, who are working with the Hellfire Club, is trying to get his memories, because somehow or another he knows the information on how to make people immortal, and Wolverine is the key to this somehow. And we see a flashback to him and Omega Red in the past, and then we see Wolverine getting drugged by his captors. Looks like the Hand, and we see, I think that's Maverick and them at the bottom coming to try to find Wolverine and save him. And this next panel is a full page. I like how this panel is made, and it's just got the Hellfire Club talking in the background, talking about their plans for Wolverine and why they got him captive or whatever. And like I said, it's because somehow or another he has a way to get information on immortality, I'm guessing through his healing factor or whatever. And then we see another panel of the X-Men gathering around, getting ready to have their plan and execute that. They're going to split it into two teams. One team's going after the Hellfire Club itself, and the other team's going after Logan. And we see them getting ready, and we see Omega Red looking after Wolverine as he's held captive and knocked out, and we see Maverick in the background about to try to help Wolverine escape. And what happens is the lights go out, Wolverine's able to escape. He has this container that I'm guessing has the stuff that's needed for the immortality, or something that the Fire Club wants. And then Omega Red goes after him. And let's see here. And Wolverine is being led by Maverick, and they're helping this woman as well. And then Omega Red is able to corner him, but Wolverine jumps out the window and gets away from him just in time before he's captured again. And sorry about that, these pages are kind of old and hard to open. But we see that the X-Men have made it to where Wolverine is, and Maverick has figured out that the X-Men are there, and for some reason or another, Maverick wants to kill the X-Men. So he's trying to help Wolverine, but he also wants to get rid of the X-Men. So that's kind of a situation that Logan's in right now, because the guy that's helping him is actually trying to kill his teammates. But after that, we did a panel of this woman that has lost her memory. I'm thinking this is Boom Boom. I'm not real sure. And then Longshot shows up, and he's being chased by Mojo's people. And that's the end of the comment, and it says to be continued. Other than that, that's all that really happened in this issue. I don't think I have the issues surrounding this issue, because, like I said, most of my comments I've gotten from flea markets, and I haven't gotten complete storylines. I just got bits and pieces of certain storylines. So if y'all know what happens in this storyline, let me know. As always, Rob Burton, make care, preach, man, R&B, sign out. Guys, GG's awesome. It's been an episode of Richard Lane Comments. See y'all next time.